Friendships in horror movies are a little underrated, if you ask me. Most of the time, if we're talking about relationships in horror, it's romantic ones, either healthy or toxic, usually toxic. But friendships hardly ever get brought up. That is why today I'm going to share with you 5 of my my top 5 favorite horror friendships. Hey there, creepy peeps. Welcome to my channel. If you are new here, welcome back. If you are returning, what's up? Like I just said in the intro, I'm going to share with you my 5 favorite horror movie friendships. Yeah, this list is not ranked, just so you know before we get started, but I am going to start with the not so healthy relationships. So that being said, let's go ahead and start with Billy and Stu from the 1996 Wes Craven classic Scream. Y'all know I was gonna find a way to fit Scream in here. You guys knew. You guys knew. The boys have a charming, albeit psychotic, back and forth, which I find hilarious. I just find it hilarious. I love them. And it's not the healthiest of friendships, obviously, considering Billy is the kind of psychotic mastermind behind this. And as Stu claims, at least, we don't know for sure, but he was peer pressured by Billy into murdering everybody. Plus, you know, there's the whole fact of like Billy stabbing Stu too deeply, one too many times. Again, this is never said, but I can only imagine he was just trying to kill Stu off and pin it all on him. I kind of think that's where he was going with that, but I can't help but love them, so they made the list. Speaking of 1996 classics, number 4 on my list is Sarah, Nancy, Bonnie, and Rochelle from The Craft. Like Billy and Stu, this is not the healthiest of relationships. Rochelle, Bonnie, and Nancy only really befriend Sarah in the first place because of her natural powers, and they want to complete their circle. This is proven at the end of the film when Rochelle and Bonnie come skulking back to Sarah to find out if she still has her powers, which of course she does, and scares them in the most badass of ways. Not to mention Nancy was a pretty manipulative friend to Bonnie and Rochelle also. Rochelle and Bonnie are both at the beginning of the film more the quiet types, follower types, compared to Nancy, who is very talkative, very leader-ish like. And like I said, she 100% manipulates them, and that only gets worse when she gains more power and she's even more powerful than Rochelle and Bonnie, so they kind of can't help but follow the most powerful one, which is Nancy. But even though it's not the healthiest of relationships, I can't help but love them because I low-key, and by low-key I mean high-key, would love to have a group of like witchy friends like them, but like in a healthy kind of friendship way. Number 3 on my list, kind of acting as the bridge between the not so healthy relationships and the healthy relationships, are Sadie and Mikayla from 2017's Tragedy Girls. Boiled down to it, Sadie and Mikayla actually have a pretty normal relationship. The only thing that's not normal about it is that they murder their classmates. Like, the girls are super supportive of one another, even though they do let a guy come between them, but frankly, what pair of friends has not let that happen? Let's just be honest. The whole serial killer thing that they got going on is really the only thing unhealthy about their relationship, but their relationship with each other is actually pretty normal. But that's what I love about the movie also. It's like a normal friendship, but they're serial killers. But you know, friends who slay together, stay together. Also, I did find it tricky to find a good example of a healthy, normal female relationship in the horror genre, or at least like in the sense that it was like at the forefront of the plot like it is in Tragedy Girls, not like an afterthought, which is really kind of distressing. Hopefully that'll change in the years to come. So moving on to number 2 and getting into the healthier relationships are Rod and Chris from Jordan Peele's 2017 breakout hit Get Out. A great example of friendship if I ever saw one. Rod is the best person to have in your corner, especially if you finds out that like your significant other and their family is crazy, trying to like murder you. Trying to be vague for anybody that still has not seen it, which if you have not seen Get Out, get on it. get out of this video and go watch it. Anyways, though, after Chris goes missing, Rod tries his best to find out what's happening, and he somehow manages to find out where Chris was. He doesn't really figure out what's going on, but he finds where Chris is. And the only explanation that we're given is that
I'm TS motherfucking A.
Like, seriously, this is why you always tell somebody where you're going, even if it's just supposed to be on a trip to meet your girlfriend's parents or whatever. Because if something bad happens to you, you want someone to come looking for you. Preferably Rod William of the TS motherfucking A.
We handle shit. That's what we do.
So like I said, this list wasn't ranked with the exception of this one. This friendship is my absolute favorite friendship in the entire horror genre. You can at me if you want, you won't change my mind. Tucker and Dale from Tucker and Dale versus Evil. Hands down my favorite friendship in the whole genre, because they're friends from the beginning. They're best friends from the beginning. I mean, the movie starts out with them going to this cabin that they bought to be their summer home so they can just like drink beer and fish and hang out with each other and their dog. And it's just awesome. Like, I love their dynamic. And even though they're a little bit bumbling and not the brightest at times, they do care about each other, especially Tucker. Like, Tucker is like the greatest friend to have. He's just so supportive, and he is constantly trying to build up Dale's confidence and get him to go talk to the girl of his dreams and be confident, and telling him what a great catch he is and how lucky anybody would be to have him, and just all around a great friend. Like, seriously, I love those two. Just, I want them both as my friend. Is that so much to ask? There you have it. Those are my five favorite horror movie friendships. Let me know what your favorite friendships, either toxic or not toxic, are in the comment section down below. And if you know of any like actually like decent, good, healthy female friendships in horror where it's kind of at the forefront, you know, not so much an afterthought, let me know in the comment section, because I really want to know. I had a hard time finding stuff. I do hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, please give it a thumbs up. Subscribe if you're new here. Become a creepy peep today, because I post videos Monday, Wednesday, and Friday. You can ring that notification bell down there to be notified every time I post a video. Maybe. It doesn't always work. Thank you so much for watching, and until next time, stay strange. Bye!
This video is brought to you by all these lovely creepy patron peeps that you see listed on the left-hand side of the screen. If you want to find out the perks to being a creepy patron peep, you can follow that link that is in the description of this video. No pressure, but it's there if you want to check it out. Thanks for watching. Bye!